It doesn't matter where you live. The desperation to get this COVID-19 vaccine is reaching a fever pitch.
It's like hitting the lottery. You hate to say that, but that's how it feels.
Adding insult to injury, not everyone has equal access.
And in the Latino community, it's difficult to get sometimes.
So tonight, we're all about the facts, empowering you to make the best choices for you and your family. So let's get started. Yeah, let's do it. You have vaccine questions, we have answers. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Jerrick. Yes, I do stay up late every now and then, especially when it's this important. Great panel of experts here. Dr. Elena McDonald, a pediatrician here in Philly. Dr. Delana Wardlaw specializes in family medicine. Yes, they're twins. And together they are known as the Twin Sister Docs. And next to them, Dr. John Wary, director of the Institute for Immunology at Penn Medicine. Boy, I have a ton of questions, a whole wall full, so let's get started here. Dr. Ware, let's start with you. Bobby Lou writes in on Facebook, wants to know the difference between these three choices of vaccines. There's Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson. So I guess the question, is one better than the other?
Yeah, it's a great question, and we're all asking that. My answer these days, especially in Pennsylvania, is take the one you can get. They're all really, really good. They all will protect you from severe disease, hospitalization. So I wouldn't worry about some of the minor details you may be hearing about. Take the vaccine you can get.
If you have an appointment, go do it. Dr. McDonald, I hear people say, well, goodness, if I have a choice here, I'm going to take the Johnson & Johnson because it's only one shot.
Absolutely. If you have the opportunity to take Johnson & Johnson, absolutely get the shot. But if Johnson & Johnson is not available, when you get to the vaccine site, we recommend that you get the vaccine that is available because they are all equally effective.
Okay. Dr. Wardlow, this is from Kathleen, one of our viewers. She's about to take a dose.
My question is, what kind of side effects might I expect from the Pfizer vaccine?
Now, this is her first dose. This isn't the second, it's the first one. What side effects?
So she may potentially experience tenderness at the site of the injection, some mild fevers. She can develop some mild muscle aches, some headaches, fatigue. So those are some side effects she may potentially experience.
Dr. Wary, second doses, especially, well, Pfizer and Moderna, there's the second dose. People have told me, oh my gosh, I got laid out for about 24 hours to 48 hours. Is that what you're hearing?
Yeah, absolutely. And let's separate those side effects from what we call adverse events. The adverse events are things that are very, very rare and are not what was intended. These side effects are actually signs in some cases that your immune system is working, that the vaccine is doing exactly what we designed it to do. If you don't have side effects, that doesn't mean your immune system's not working, but the side effects are actually a sign of inflammation, a sign that your immune system is getting kicked into gear to generate protection from this virus.
Hey, Dr. McDonald, I've heard this too. Do women react differently to vaccines than men?
In general, you're going to see the same reaction from men and women.
Okay. Dr. Ward, let's go back to Janet now. She wants to know if she's fully vaccinated, maybe she has 2 shots, but her husband is not. Can she still spread the virus to him? What I think she's asking is, can I spread it to other people?
Yes, so you can still potentially spread the virus to other people. So we just want to make sure that those who are vaccinated and you're around people who aren't, still mask up if they're not living in the same household with you. But so yes, that's the answer. She does need to, she can spread that to her husband until he gets his vaccine, yes.
Dr. Ware, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would. I think we still need to be cautious. I think we need to, in settings where we're not sure or you've been exposed, even if you've been vaccinated, I think we still need to be cautious, mask and social distance.
Here's another one I've been getting a lot. And let's just negate this. Dr. Wardlow, let's start with you. That if I get the vaccine, it's going to change my DNA.
Absolutely not. The vaccine, none of the 3 vaccines alter your DNA at all. So please feel safe in knowing that your genetic makeup will not be changed by receiving any of these vaccines.
Okay, Dr. McDonald, I hear this one too. We're all different sizes in the world, but we get the same amount of goo out of that little vial. Should that be a factor?
That should not be a factor. Remember the clinical trials, they were tested across the board on people of all different types of walks of life, body habitus. So the same dose has been proven to be effective across the board, so that will not matter.
Dr. Wary, so weight does not matter?
No, it shouldn't. And again, the trials were done in tens of thousands of people, from big sizes to little sizes and everything in between. So size should not matter for the vaccine dose.
Okay, so to speak. Got to take a first break here. Let's talk about vaccine equity and the push to make sure all communities have equal access to shots in arms when we come back. Okay, we are back with our experts, laying out facts this evening for you. Dr. McDonald, you and Dr. Wardlaw have been doing a lot of great work on making sure underserved communities get the vaccine. Now, early on, it seemed like people weren't trusting the vaccines. How are they feeling? Has that changed?
There's still a good amount of mistrust out there for the vaccine. However, as you mentioned, Dr. Wardlaw and I have been working really hard to get the message out about the process of the vaccine production, the safety of the vaccine. And while we know that most communities, especially the African American community, has a lot of mistrust because of the historical events in the United States, but we do not want the historical events to prevent persons from getting a vaccine that could potentially save their lives. So the Twin Sister Docs, we've been operating as trusted messengers to get the accurate information out there so that people can ask questions, get their questions answered, and make an informed decision about getting the vaccine.
Okay, Dr. Wardlaw, we just looked at some lines. People are waiting. How has the access been? Is it better?
Well, it's getting better slowly but surely. It has been challenging in the early days of the vaccine distribution, but now the city has brought on board some other sites, the FEMA site, which is open for 7 days a week, for 12 hours for the next
right.
8. So for that site, also that they're opening up some more community sites. Also that the age limit has been lowered as well from 75 to 65. So the vaccine access, it's increasing. So hopefully we can start to see the lines die down and people are not waiting for long periods of time to get the vaccine.
Okay. Quick round robin here. Dr. Ware, let's start with you. What is your most common question? The question you get every day?
Yeah, how quickly will I be protected once I get the vaccine? And it's about 2 weeks after the second dose, or about 2 weeks after after your only dose if it's Johnson & Johnson. Okay,
Dr. McDonald?
Are you going to inject me with COVID when you give me the vaccine? And that answer is absolutely not. There is no active COVID virus in any of the vaccines. That's
been going on ever since we got flu shots, right, Dr. McDonald?
Yes, yes.
They think we're getting the flu in the shot.
Absolutely, absolutely. There is no COVID virus in this vaccine.
Okay. Dr. Wardlaw, most common questions you've been getting?
Doc, is it going to affect my fertility? No, it is not. The side effects have not been shown to affect anyone's fertility, so please know that you will still be able to produce and have offspring.
Okay, and not that my male friends and I have talked about this, but Dr. Ware, there was word going around that it causes ED.
Yeah, there's no evidence for that whatsoever. It's not shown up in any of the trials. And I think, like the fertility question, I think things get a life of their own, but there's no scientific evidence whatsoever.
Okay, let's stay with you. Do a little myth busting here. Pre-existing conditions. Now, Marge, who wrote in, boy, I feel for you, Marge. She's got a lot going on. As you read that, let's just pick out one of them. Hypertension. If you have hypertension, can you still get the shot?
Absolutely, and I think that people with pre-existing conditions or comorbidities actually probably need to be prioritized for vaccination.
Okay.
I think this is where we see vulnerable populations getting very sick if they do get COVID-19.
Okay.
So really everybody should be getting the vaccine at this point.
Is she dealing with bronchitis? Get the shot, bronchitis?
Yeah, absolutely.
Most cancers?
All cancers at this point. There's still some work we have to do to understand how well the vaccine is working in cancer patients that have poor immune systems, but there's no reason not to get it.
Okay. Dr. McDonald, what if I'm pregnant? Well, not me, because that would be a headline, but what if you're pregnant?
So the question came out, when the clinical trials came out, pregnant women are usually not in clinical trials. However, some women did get pregnant while they were in the clinical trial. So we started to get some data from those women, and multiple pregnant women have gotten the vaccine now.
Okay.
The American Academy of Obstetrics and Gynecology have recommended that pregnant women have a discussion with their physician.
Sure.
But we do know that COVID-19 in pregnant women can be devastating. So you have to look at the risk of getting COVID versus the benefit of the vaccine. So pregnant women should definitely consider getting this vaccine.
Okay, got to take another break. Booster shots. Let's talk about boosters when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Wardlaw, real quickly here, we were talking about pregnancy. What about if you're breastfeeding? Should you get the vaccine?
Yes, you should still get the vaccine if you're breastfeeding. This is beneficial to you and your baby. So yes, you should get the vaccine.
How about if you're thinking about having a baby? Should you put off trying to do that? Well, put off trying to have a baby until after the pandemic's over?
Well, if you are planning, then you can absolutely try to put off having the baby. But if you get pregnant, and the recommendation is, yes, you should have that conversation with your doctor. It should not be withheld from pregnant women.
Okay. It's that time of night when I think about these kind of things. So, Dr. McDonald, can you take over-the-counter relievers? Boy, I hear people go back and forth about this. So let's start with, I'm going to go over and get the vaccine, the shot. Is it okay to take Advil or Tylenol or stuff like that?
No, we do not want you to take any over-the-counter pain relievers or fever reducers before getting the vaccine.
Can I take it after I have the shot?
Absolutely. If you do develop fevers, headaches, body aches, you absolutely can take the pain relievers and fever reducers at that time. Okay.
Dr. Ware, you're up next. Here's a man from Society Hill. He has a question for you about boosters.
I want to know if I'll need a booster shot, for the variants or, in the near future.
Dr. Ware?
Yeah, great question. So right now, it looks like all of the vaccines do provide substantial protection from the variants that we know about at this time. And we're still learning about how long immunity lasts after these vaccines. Right now, our hope is that we're not going to need boosters for a year and a half, 2 years, maybe longer. And as we go forward, we'll learn more about them.
Okay. I'm going to stick with you, Dr. Ware. People are saying, oh, my God, I'm frustrated. My friends, have this shot. How can I get it in my own arm?
Yeah, I wish I had a good answer for this. Pennsylvania is in some ways playing catch up here to try to make sure we can get vaccines delivered. My advice to people is get on as many lists as you can at this point. Follow your county recommendations, your local recommendations. And also, if you're under the care of a physician, call your physician and ask them for the best approaches.
Okay, I got to step aside just for a second. Here's an interesting question that I got. Vaccine FOMO, fear of missing out. Apparently that could be a thing. It's something I've been asked over and over. We'll ask our doctors about that when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Ware, how about this? I got quite a few variations of this particular question. I'm suspicious of the vaccine. How do they make it so fast? I don't want to be a guinea pig. Way too fast. Am I just some kind of experiment that's going to affect me down the road?
Yeah, this is a great question. This is the other question I get all the time. And let me just start by saying it's not nearly as fast as people think. This is about a 20-year road to get to this point. The science behind how to make good vaccines for viruses like this probably began in the early 2000s, 2002, 2004, around then. mRNA vaccines as a platform for vaccines have been studied for probably about 5 to 6 years and have actually been tried in people already. This is a platform for vaccines being thought about for cancer vaccines because it can be made so rapidly. So while it seems like this is happening really fast in about a year, actually the science behind this is pretty well developed and we have a lot of experience. So while we're in a pandemic and we've had to move very quickly and we've had to get trials done in record speed, I would not feel like you're being a guinea pig. This is something that's been around for a while. The pieces have had to be put together in a new way, but there's a lot of really good experience behind this.
Okay, Dr. McDonald, if I come into your office and I go, I don't want to be a guinea pig, this has happened way too fast. Am I just a weird experiment? How would you relieve my anxiety?
Well, the clinical trials, that's the purpose of clinical trials, where people willingly sign up to see how the vaccine works, to see the effectiveness of it, the safety of it, and the side effects of it. So each clinical trial has had 30,000, 40,000, 20,000 people respectively. So no, you are not a guinea pig.
But Dr. Wardlow, I've heard in the past, well, usually this takes 5-6 years. We did it in less than a year.
Well, that's a misconception. As the other doctor said, we didn't do it. We had some extra time with this here. We didn't just start the vaccine technology in 2020 when COVID showed up on our doorstep. We had a previous outbreak of SARS-CoV-1, and the scientists have been working on the messenger RNA. I think that the terminology Operation Warp Speed gave some people some hesitancy as well. And that just really allowed people many government agencies and private agencies and many agencies across the world to work together to be able to allow specific steps to be done simultaneously and not done individually, to allow for this to occur at a quicker rate, but not at a rate that we abandon safety protocols.
Doctor, let me squeeze in this question that I teased here. Fear of missing out, FOMO. Yeah. What do you think? Let's start with you, Dr. McDonald. Have you heard that I have a fear of missing out?
So actually, this is the first time I've heard it, but I tell everyone we're all anxious about getting the vaccine, but everyone who needs the vaccine will be able to get the vaccine as the rollout becomes more and more efficient every week or every month. So just everyone, we want to wait patiently, continue to wear your mask, continue to social distance, continue to do all the things you've been doing. And when they call you for the vaccine, get right down there and get it.
Okay. Dr. Ware, what do you think? Have you heard of FOMO?
Oh, sure. I mean, I have it. I haven't been vaccinated yet. I don't see patients, and I'm low risk. The way to end this pandemic is actually to get the high-risk patients, high-risk people vaccinated, take them out of risk, allow us to actually move back into normal activities a little more easily. So yeah, FOMO is a real thing, but the way to end the pandemic is really to prioritize correctly, make sure our school teachers can get back into schools, and we can do other things that we really need to do.
Okay, we'll be right back. Don't go away. Boy, time's up that fast. Obviously, we may have to do this again and again because we had a lot more questions to get to. I do want to thank a fabulous panel tonight, Dr. Elena McDonald, Dr. Delana Wardlow, I keep screwing that up, doctor, I'm so sorry, and Dr. John Wary. Thank you all for being with us. Great information. And of course, I want to thank you. For the last few days, you've been sending in questions for this special, and we greatly appreciate it, okay? So any last words, everybody? Yes? No? They've had enough. All right, remember you can visit fox29.com/vaccine. There's a ton of resources. If you have any questions, even now, it's on 24 hours a day. Go to fox29.com/vaccines, okay? Thank you for joining us.